What is up, everybody?
Dude, that is awesome. I love that tune.
Yeah, dude. Hey, that is free YouTube music, all right? I'm here with the great Corey Behnke, and I also, Aaron Nagler, is joining us.
That is perfect. That was absolutely perfect as an introduction. The great Corey Behnke and also Aaron Nagler.
So,
well done, Matt.
Dude, I just say it how I see it. But show and every show brought to you by Quick Trip. Quick Trip, they actually on the app now. You guys can order food. You can order food on the app. Go to the store, pick it up. It's already hot, like when you walk in. But you can make sure that it's there, and there's not a family of like 9 people eating up all the food. And eventually you'll be able to pay on the app, and you just go there and do your thing. So Quick Trip doing big things, baby. Shout out to Quick Trip. But I want to bring in like a surprise guest that people aren't expecting, because everyone knew I was doing, the creators of Cheesehead TV. But we also had to get the social media.
Oh, holla! Tyler Herrick in the house.
No, but hey, this is actually like really cool for me, because like I've had Aaron Nagler on, I've had Tyler Herrick, and I've had Corey Behnke, but I always thought, like, what would it be like to have Aaron Nagler and Corey Behnke at the same time? Tyler's just bonus. He's like the cherry on top. I'm not a cherries to begin with, but for people who are, they understand what I'm saying.
You're not a fan of cherries, but isn't like Wisconsin's main export cherries?
Yeah, I love Door County.
I go to Door County, picking cherries, baby. Picking cherries in Door County.
Like every year, like with my wife for our anniversary, and people are like, "Are you gonna pick cherries?" Like, no, we're not. We're gonna get drunk in like a suite. That's what we do.
That sounds like perfection.
All right, so like, I know like a lot of people are probably gonna think that having you guys on, I'm gonna talk about like the Cheesehead TV, like how it got founded. I'm not, because Tyler Herrick already did that.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But other than that, yes, that's a good way to go about it. No one cares.
I had a lot of messages saying, "Oh, are you gonna find out?" And I was like, "No, they already did that." What's that? Pack After Dark. They had a great episode. Go listen to it on Cheesehead TV.
And you can find it there.
Yeah, it's on YouTube somewhere. Anyways, so how are you boys doing tonight? I just want to I want to make sure I put that out there. So anybody who wants to know the story of Cheesehead TV, of how I watched that one in bed with my wife, and she was like, "What is that?" I'm like, "It's Aaron Nagler talking about."
She was like, "What the f are we watching?" That's what she said.
Yeah, because she was watching TV, and I'm watching this live because my phone was dying, plugged in, and I'm like, "This is the story of Cheesehead TV." She was not impressed. Anyways, Pack After Dark.
Because she's smart.
Neither is my girlfriend, so
she's the brains of the operation, Matt. Clearly,
but
that's obvious.
One thing I do want to ask before we get into this thing, since Tyler's here, how did Tyler come into the mix? Because no one talks about Tyler ever.
No one talks about Tyler other than every single Twitter
dude. Every time
world.
Cheesehead TV tweets, literally the response is, "Are you paying him enough? And can he get a raise?"
This guy, whoever's in charge of the Twitter account, needs a raise. Like, that is the most often thing tweeted at the Cheesehead TV account.
It's true.
I just got like 2 people, like my fiance and my mom, just rotating Twitter
they have
accounts.
A bunch of burner accounts. So like Mike Smith with Z, like coming up with the motivational tools. Tyler literally emailed us out of nowhere, and I think it was just Tyler. Wasn't it the contact at Cheesehead TV? Was that where you sent it? It was just I love what you guys do. I followed you forever. I work in I'm not going to mention what airline you work for, but you work for a major airline, and I do some kind of social media within the airline. I love Cheesehead TV. I would love to do social for you guys. And Corey and I both. Corey has
also. I'll tell you this.
For my lack
literally
of
was like, okay, when Twitter came about, okay, I remember this, you guys. Okay, I know you guys are too young for this, but Twitter came out. I got the WordPress Twitter plugin because at the time we were on WordPress. This is like back in
1976. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, Nagler, we can totally like rant and do crazy stuff on Cheesehead TV Twitter. He's like, no, I'm going to take Twitter and I'm going to take it over with my own brand. and I don't need Cheesehead TV's brand. See?
Okay, this is not representative of my inner monologue whatsoever, but that is Corey's interpretation of what I was doing. Yes, correct.
But yeah, Tyler came in and basically did everything that I wish we would have done like 10 years ago. But it's like Gary V told me this very cool thing where he was like, he and I had the same path. He went away from YouTube. We did the same. We went on live stream and for Cheesehead TV, and then he came back and he realized the gold, and here we get Tyler. We get
exactly.
Gold.
That's beautiful. So Tyler, you want to like? They said
I saw the feed.
But
I saw the feed. It sucked.
Yeah, exactly. Like here's some old white dudes who don't know what they're doing on Twitter. Like I should help out.
It's funny because you'll go back and you'll find like random. I'll be searching for a tweet that I made like a year ago so that I could go in and find a link or something, and I'll find some random tweet from like 2014. It'll be like, "Nice catch by Jordy there."
Dude, there was a point, Tyler. There was a point where basically the moderator of the Game Day Live blog ran the Twitter account.
That was it.
That was it. Like, hey, we got to get the fans. We got to get the play-by-play on Twitter.
In my defense, to Behnke's rant here, in my defense, the whole point of me building up my own personal brand was so that I could get a gig, and I ended up getting a gig. That was the thing. Like, if no one's hiring Cheesehead TV to go cover the NFL, but people did hire Aaron Nagler to go cover the NFL. That was the thing. That was my whole thinking behind it. But to Corey's point, and Corey was way ahead of this. He was like, we need in the moment live kind of commentary about everything going on with the Packers all the time, blah, blah, blah. It was always a great idea, but it was just not something I could do, especially trying to get a job, trying to build a brand where I could get a gig covering the league or even the Packers, which eventually I did, but it wasn't because of the Cheesehead TV account. So but Tyler came in and made it perfect.
Anybody watching this show right now, which I don't know how many, I know he has a lot of Instagram followers, but we're probably talking about like whatever's out there. I need
100 live.
Okay, so if you like Cheesehead TV social, I'm really trying to get Tyler to move to Green Bay. So if you can just make that happen on social, that would be great.
Yeah, Tyler, dude, what is up, dude? We can get drunk together. You could even be like some kind of a.
I mean, what a pitch right there. Period. Done. I mean, what more? Your fiance, your job, forget all that. You can get drunk with Matt.
Wisconsin.
Come on now. What more of a pitch do you need?
Yeah, I'm not a confident guy. Like, I don't do a lot of things good, but I do have a good time when I'm drinking.
Hey, man, we've seen it. We've seen it, man.
That's outstanding.
I
love how Matt chose my video for the sponsor logo. I'm just gonna say that right now. Hey, Matt, do you got that sound effect ready? Because I'm ready for you.
Which one?
You ready for that? Oh, we have a special present for you guys. You don't even know about. Matt and I worked out, so he's ready with that later.
Is about to
when
happen?
I get really pissed later, he's ready for something.
Oh yeah. No, I told Cole. I said, hey, we don't swear in this show, so I'm ready.
Well, this is like our radio appearances.
That's what I told him. This
is our radio appearances. Literally, we do the post game radio stuff that we do. The FCC has come down on iHeart a couple times already because of Corey. So yeah, you better have it ready, Matt. That's all I'm saying.
He was mentioning that, but no, but like I'm not even looking at the comments. I should probably look at the comments. But
there are comments. Is this live?
Yeah,
I thought we were recording something. Sorry.
But before I forget, Nagler made a rant today, a little bit of a rant about Schefter, like with Rodgers' agent.
A little bit.
I like that. I was gonna like put the audio on there, but I was like, well, he'll be there. I could just have him say it again.
Well, I'm not a performing monkey, Ramage. I just don't. I'm just rant not made to order here.
No, because like what would like a big part of my following is Instagram, but also Facebook. So right. I try to like give the people on Facebook like reality because there's so much clickbait going on. And I don't mean like with the Packer beat writers. I mean with these side pages that people follow.
Yeah, There's some Packer beat writers though, but I hear you.
There are some, but the ones that irritate me are the ones that don't know the story. They just take a Cheesehead TV story or ESPN or wherever the hell they get it, and then rewrite it, and then they put a bunch of ads, and it irritates me. People will tag me, and it's like, don't tag me in this crap.
Oh, dude, I saw, what was it last week? What, I can't remember what it was, but it was something to do with Tom Brady and the Bucks. And there was some CBS Sports thing, and you literally got tagged in it by some random Packers fan who was like trying to give you grief about Tom Brady versus Aaron Rodgers or whatever. And you legit said that, like, this is from like 6 months ago or whatever. But man, people are obsessed. And I only know this because I kind of get the same treatment. Like, people are obsessed with the idea that you love the Packers and you hope they do well. Yeah. So all of a sudden it's like, oh, the Packers maybe are put into a negative light, and I'm going to tag Matt Ramage and give him grief because the Packers are getting made fun of by CBS King Sports, who know nothing about what's going on.
And their Twitter account sucks as well.
Dude, it sucks so bad.
It's bad.
Yes.
It's terrible. They tag Cheesehead TV in it every day trying to
all the
likes.
time.
And you know what I do? Mute. No one wants a brand account tagging your blog like, oh yeah,
God.
hey, come check this out, give us a retweet. I'm like, no thanks.
Not if Jesus himself was pouring. No,
dude, that isn't like on Facebook. There'll be like a sports page, and I'll comment on it, and like my comment will get more likes than the actual page.
Than the page itself.
So then the actual post. So then I stopped. I was like, I'm gonna unfollow some of these crappy pages. And not that I think I'm all high and mighty or whatever, like, oh, whatever, I'm bringing them attention, but it's like, I don't know, it's
no, dude, don't be all like modest. You got juice, dude. You got some juice.
It is.
You're all up in it, man. People know.
The only thing, here's the thing, Matt. The only thing I wish is you put the haha jersey where the Chris Farley picture is, and then you put the Chris Farley picture where the haha is. Because I'm a 1,000,000% with you on the haha. I mean on the Chris, but on the haha, I'm still not there, bro. I'm trying to get there, but I'm just not there. I know what you're gonna say. I'm just still not there, though.
No, okay. Let me ask you this while this question is in my head, because I was talking to my wife earlier. I want to ask this question, but I'm gonna forget because I'm drinking. All right.
Okay. All right.
Who, for all three of you guys, Corey, you go first. Who is one player that you will defend like to the death, like on Twitter, not like in real life? We're not bringing out swords or nothing.
Tramon Williams.
But like, so Tramon.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yes.
To the death. Before that, Craig Newsome to the death. To the death. Cornerbacks usually, because everybody fucking wants to shit on. I'm sorry to give you.
It didn't take what 14 minutes. 14 minutes. That's all it took.
Sorry. No, everybody wants to crap on cornerbacks, and like it's BS, man. It's BS.
Amen to that. Yes, correct.
Are like anybody like trash and Tramon? Like I've never heard someone like. I mean,
are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
Today?
No, not recently. Not recently.
No,
there's no one
like
right
back
now.
In the day?
Okay, but
early on for sure. Because I made Tramon on Madden a starter before he was.
Nice.
So yeah.
But even hello, you got to go back to 2014 in the NFC Championship game. He gives up that touchdown that sends Seattle to the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah. People gave him crap about that forever on Twitter.
Yeah.
Supposed Packers fans.
Yeah.
Well, come on.
For today, though, Matt, or do you mean about today, or just
no, just in general, because and like the more that I think about it, there is no corner like maybe Woodson in Green Bay that has never been crapped on. I think
exactly
is like the one exception to that, because like I don't know that he ever made a mistake. So,
I mean, for a lot of people, that's Aaron Rodgers, though. The answer to your question is Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, like I defend Aaron Rodgers like a lot, but yeah, he's not like obviously without fault. But anyways, Nagler, who's your guy?
You know what? I honestly, at this point, like the modern, like the current day team, I'll go with Jace Sternberger. Like I'll cape up for Jace.
I thought you were going to say Jordan Love. That's so hilarious.
I don't know. I'm like Jordan. I don't know what he is yet.
I know.
I don't.
Just kidding.
I love him. I'm hoping. I'm praying, and I'm definitely praying that he's great. But, yeah, no. Jace is like so. Like I see the crap he gets on social, and that's the thing. We're all looking through this lens of social media, right? like Jace gets so much crap, and it's like the kid has barely gotten on the field. When he's gotten on the field, he's been okay. And I think he's got ungodly amounts of untapped potential. But good Lord, I guess because he was a 3rd-round pick, it's like you better be a superstar the first 3 seconds you're in the league or it's all over. I don't know, man. I love Jace. I love his demeanor. I get why people get down on him because he hasn't been available, but whether it's COVID, whether it's injury, whatever. But man, there's so much potential there. I'm all in on defending Jace to the hill.
I'm with you on that. I've had a few conversations with him, like DM. He follows me on Instagram, whatever. Not a big deal. I didn't mention that for a reason. No, I'm just.
Bro, that's all you do. That's the response. Also, by the way, I will say, Jace is the most social of everyone, though. So
a billion.
He's
percent.
great because he's
100%.
like really fan friendly. I love that about him.
Dude,
I love that he came on our draft show and we didn't even know it. Like for 5 minutes, he's legit like in the mix. If you go back and watch it, he's on the Zoom for like 5 minutes before anyone even knows he's there.
I mean, to our credit, David Bakhtiari. I mean, David Bakhtiari was there. Like there were other people.
I know. No, that's what I mean. Like there were other players that the moment they got in, we were like, "Oh, they're here," and then like Jace comes in like total stealth. Like, I'm just gonna watch what you guys are saying. It was great.
Say one bad thing about me.
It was great. Yeah, I know, right? Like I'm just waiting for someone to crap on me.
And I was great. So Tyler, who is your guy?
Man, I don't have anybody that really gets crapped on a ton. I don't know. Like, I guess if anybody tries to even come close.
Are you on the internet? What?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, if anybody even
Tyler's like, close, I only pick the
best
people.
Tyler, I know who your guy is. Tyler, I know who your guy is.
Tell me, who is it?
I only know this because I follow Cheesehead TV on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
MVS is your guy.
100%.
Thank you. That is so obviously your guy.
Yeah.
And I'm with you. I'm with you, man. But that is a billion percent your guy.
I am so glad you mentioned that because I was having a hard time thinking of somebody. There is literally no one who gets more shit for being one of the best.
100% correct.
One of the best at his position. I'm telling you, yes. The only reason he gets crapped on is because the balls that he dropped or whatever, and I'm going to say
are
dropped
on 3rd
and
down
quotes,
usually
are important moments, right?
Usually
so when
3rd
the moment's
down.
bigger, people think, oh, it's blah 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 blah. No, absolutely not. MVS.
But Tyler, can I ask you this though? Can I ask you this, please? Can you live with your passion?
I love this already. We're only like 19 minutes into this. I am adoring this conversation. This is great.
No, MVS is probably the most hated for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason whatsoever.
No reason. For
He's
no reason.
So baller.
He's
it's so
hated
crazy.
because they didn't draft somebody, so he's out there catching insane, huge touchdown passes and occasionally dropping the 3rd down pass. And that's why he's hated.
Well, the thing is, like, when a receiver has a reputation of being the drops, do you remember Amon Green when he had a reputation of being
the fumble?
Yep. 100%.
The fumble guy.
So,
right?
like, every time he fumbled, it was like magnified. Like, oh, there it is again.
Billion%. Oh, there it is. Never mind that he's now literally the all-time rushing leader in Green Bay Packers history.
I'm not comparing MVS to like one of the Packers. I'm great, but like, it's the same thing.
You can compare him to Tyreek Hill. The stats are similar.
You sure can.
Yeah.
You sure can.
I've heard that.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Wasn't it like 2 years ago that everybody wanted Deshaun Jackson in here to throw because that connection with Rodgers and Cal and all that guys. And now you got MVS who's younger, cheaper, faster, better. Like, are you kidding me? There's nothing wrong with that dude. I'm sorry. I do not care about his drops.
Love him as a player.
As a tool for what he is in this offense, right? Matt always talks about role players and what your role is in this offense. He fits his role to the best of his ability.
You mean LaFleur, not me?
Yeah.
And not even, and don't even like everything he does as a receiver, right? As far as down the field, taking the top off, huge touchdown catches, etc. All of that. That's one thing, and you would expect a wide receiver. That's what you want, etc. But dude blocks his ass off in the running game as well, which you would never expect from this tall, wiry dude who you don't think of as a physical guy. He's physical as hell at the point of attack.
Yeah,
he will stick his nose in there. I love that.
Yeah. He's
I'm
not
all in.
yeah. And the same thing as Scott over here is saying. Same thing Adams earlier. Adams had some drops, dude. A lot of people
bad drops.
They don't
bad.
James
drops.
Jones, everybody's favorite. James
bad
Jones.
drops as well. Exactly.
So wait. So Matt, who's your person?
Oh yeah, dude. My person
is haha Clinton Dix.
Here's my person, and I'll tell you why. All right, because dude, I get mad. Like even
bro. Wait. Did haha Clinton Dix? Okay.
Oh boy.
Did he do anything good for the Packers?
Yeah, dude. His early years, he was a ball hog. I mean, obviously
that's true. I can't tell you how many times I tweeted ha 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 ha.
Yeah.
This is true.
Very true. Here's the thing, because like I'm a fan. Like I'm not an analyst. I'm not a reporter. I'm not any of those things. I'm just a guy with some of the podcasts. And like haha came to my house, and I told him not to. I was like, no, I can go to you. I can do it in a hotel room. We can do it like wherever. You don't have to come, because it was a big drive. I don't live like next to Lambeau. And he was like, no, I'm coming to your house. And when he got here, he's like, took off his shoes. Like, you don't have to take off his shoes. Like, it's all good. Like, he was just so polite. He was so cool. He was like, he went so far. Like, he reposted my videos.
I will say, Matt, that's a great point, because I think it's interesting given, I don't know, when you get to a certain spot as far as covering the Packers as a fan, which we all are here, right?
Yeah.
You're not a dispassionate media member. You're a fan who gets recognized maybe because you cover the team, whatever. You tend to occasionally meet some of the players, right? And it changes your whole perspective.
That's true.
It does.
You know what I mean? Like Corey and I have had players over to the house at Corey's house in Green Bay many times. You know, we get to know these guys. You get to know them as people. So it changes your whole perspective of, oh, he's a bum. He dropped the pass, or he missed that block, or he missed a tackle, whatever. Yeah, okay. He's a great dude, man. And I love that he's a Green Bay Packer. Like, that to me is 10 times more important. 1 billion times more important than any status he could achieve in the league. Like, those are my guys. So I'm going to back them every time.
Yeah, it's kind of like you and Corey are boys. I'm not going to compare myself to Ha with like two best friends, because he's not like texting me. How's it going?
You're probably much closer to Ha than Corey and I are. It's all good. It's all good.
Probably.
That's kind of like how I see it. Like, if someone's cool to me, like, I don't know. Like you said, it changes the whole thing. It like, I root for him. Like when he got signed with the Cowboys, like it was unfortunate that he didn't stick there. Like, I don't know. But like, I never talked to Mike McCarthy. I actually root for him. I hate the Cowboys. I don't expect him to do it.
So isn't that a weird dynamic? Because I root for Mike too. Yeah. And like last year, he was dealt such a bad hand with all the injuries and a terrible defense, even though he hired the defensive coordinator. And that was kind of on him. And, you stuck with Dom a little too long. So it's hard for me to feel too much sympathy. But I kind of like Mike, and I kind of want him to succeed,
No.
I know. This is Corey. This is where Corey and I part ways.
No.
So, Corey, let me ask you. You guys talk about carry the G. Like, you sell the shirt.
Okay, see that little button? Because I'm about to rant, so you better get ready to push that button, okay?
God, here we go.
Are you a Green Bay Packer fan or not? It's literally that easy. If you are a Green Bay Packer fan, you're going to be like, no, I hate Mike McCarthy. He is the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. They are not America's team. That is not the way this beep works. Thank you.
Thank you.
But if you aren't a Green Bay Packer fan, you're going to be like, I like Mark McCarthy. He's a nice guy. No! Not right now. I don't care. It's Mark McCarthy. It's Richard McCarthy. I don't care.
It's Richard McCarthy.
It's
Dick McCarthy. As far as I'm concerned, Nagler, get out of here with that crap.
No.
God.
I hear you.
You guys, one of you are wearing a shirt right now that say carry the G, right?
That's right. One of us.
So you're not Mike McCarthy carried the G. Like when he got fired, when he was done, he went out and he recorded the stadium. Like he was like, "This is a special place." Like he talked about with the players, from what I heard in the interviews and stuff. That he was the history of the Packers. Like Mike McCarthy carried the G. He respected the Packers and the history.
100%.
That we love. That's why I like him, because he didn't see it as like this is just a coaching gig in the NFL. Like this is a special place, which I think LaFleur.
I do think
he was a turnpike operator. He was like a blue collar guy.
Blue collar dude.
Like I love him as a person.
But I get what you're saying.
Not currently.
Yeah. Wait, when Favre was a Viking, like this is before I was doing like social media stuff. I remember I used to go rants on Facebook, like my personal page, and I lost friends. They're like, "We still love him." Like I don't love him. I don't. Because he's playing for the Vikings. Like, I don't wish bad on his family or whatever, but just as an NFL player, I hope he throws 19 interceptions a game. And
that's the thing, though. But like, you can live in that dichotomy, right? Like, I legit wrote a piece about how I still love Brett Favre, but I hope Aaron Campman takes his fucking head off on Monday Night Football. I legit wrote that. Like,
it didn't happen.
It's like an older brother, right? Like you love him, but you want to beat the crap out of him. That's what Favre was. And I think to an extent, that's what Mike is. Like Mike, did what he did for the Packers. He brought a championship to Green Bay. Mike Holmgren did that. Mike McCarthy did that. Vince Lombardi did that. Curly Lambeau did that.
And that's it.
And that is literally it. So Mike's in that fucking conversation. And I'll never, ever forget that.
He also is the coach of America's team right now.
I understand that. And I want him to – oh, please. And if the Cowboys and the Packers meet in the playoffs, because they're not slated to meet in the regular season.
You will not be on the watch
I will
party.
be cheering for the Green Bay Packers. Thank you.
You will not be.
Thanks for that update, Coach.
Yeah, like I don't wish him like success with the guys. But it doesn't matter like if we do or we don't. It's the Cowboys. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to be in the playoffs.
Fair point.
They're not America's team. But people say like America's team, it like drives me nuts. Like they're called America's team because somebody tried to have a promotion and make some money.
Hey, wait. So for everyone who like lambasts the American team moniker, there is a counterpoint to the Titletown moniker because it was created by a media member. America's team was created by the media. Titletown was created by the media, literally by someone who worked for the Green Bay Press Gazette.
Yes.
And I'm all in.
Titletown means I have titles. America's team implies I have meritocracy.
I understand.
They're completely two different ways
Their
they get
creation.
to
It's kind of like being an owner of the Packers. Like, it's kind of meaningless. You know what I mean?
Dude,
it's just something that you put on your wall.
It's not meaningless.
It's kind of meaningless.
Okay, there is a very large gap between. I
literally just said that to get Corey going. Go, please,
not
by all means,
meaningless
continue.
and meaningless. Okay.
All right.
Corey, come on, no, Corey. If I
go. Tell me off.
I want 3 hardcore rants me today.
Hey, Matt, do you guys think this is a good idea? So I have a new TikTok account, and Matt just found this out. So he promised me he'd follow me, so I don't think he will. So I'm just going to call him out on the show about it. But
something to behold.
I know Tyler's really scared of it. So I was thinking today, should I make my TikTok former Packer transplant rants? It's like my TikTok is basically the greatest hits of Packer transplant rants, dumb and not dumb. It's good, right?
Dude, I love
it.
I think it should. You know what? Like, what's funny, like about my TikTok, because I have like 97,000 followers on TikTok. So like when TikTok.
Oh, do you? Oh, that's great.
TikTok.
You know how many I have, Matt? Do you know how many I have on TikTok? Do you know how many followers I have a TikTok account? Do you know how many followers I have?
How many?
0.
I will follow you.
Oh, I don't even follow Nagler on TikTok.
No, I didn't know you're on TikTok.
Not a 1. Oh, so I'm sorry. You were saying you're 97 followers, 1,000 followers on TikTok.
That's not a lot.
You were
more than
what were they treated to?
No,
Tyler's like, that's nothing. I got us, bro.
Nothing on TikTok. TikTok. There's like, I'm pretty sure it's fake, like Chinese numbers. Like those numbers.
I will say though, Tyler. But I will say, Tyler's been producing content for the Cheesehead TV TikTok. Like, I legit had no idea.
I follow Cheesehead TV TikTok.
But for months, I was like, oh, we should really get in on TikTok. And then I go to TikTok, and then Tyler's like been doing stuff for months. I had no idea.
Tyler, how many followers does Cheesehead TV have on TikTok?
97,000 at least.
Yeah, at least.
No, but like, the reason I brought that up, I didn't bring it up as like a flex, because I posted a video today. I bet you if I look, it's got 16 likes. No, because like when I first started TikTok, what I did, because I used to make Vine, the eye videos I used to post on Twitter and everything.
Right, I've seen those.
I just posted old videos of my eye jokes, like the ones that were good. And there's not a lot, but I was growing, like they were going viral and viral every day. And then I ran out and I was like, well, I'm all out of eye jokes.
I gotta make some new shit.
You're like, how many ways can you make fun of your eyes? So I'm posting like my Packers stuff, because like on Instagram, all this stuff. And then like no one liked it. And they're like, we don't care about the Packers. Do the eye thing. And then and like, so like I kind of fell off on TikTok, but I'm trying to get back into it. But like,
oh,
it's
dude,
not the
you're
eye
hot
thing,
on TikTok.
bro.
Stop.
You're a comedian. Come on, get out of here.
You're great.
It's hard. It's a hard space to get into because it's mostly random. Like you don't know what's going to be good, like at all.
The thing with TikTok, because like I study like algorithms, because I'm a loser like that, and I thought TikTok, it doesn't matter how many followers you have, because like what TikTok does is they'll put out like if you post a video right now with 0 followers, Nagler, and they'll put it out.
You tell me, okay, teach me.
So they'll put it out to a certain amount of people. And then, doesn't matter how many followers you have, they'll put it out to a certain amount of people. And then, if those people comment and like and watch the full video, they'll put it out to an even more amount of people. And then, if that gets better, obviously it keeps going. So, like, if you make a video that sucks, they show it to a certain amount of people, they don't like it. They're like, yeah, the hell with that. That's a shitty video.
Yeah,
that's
probably why I have 0 followers. That and I haven't made a video yet. But
he doesn't have a video. He's like,
so other than that,
I didn't mean to make this into the TikTok.
It's details. It's details.
Yeah,
it's all.
This is now
that's where it's at. But here's the thing, though, right? Like, this is what I'm talking about. Oh my God, like I talk to people in the business, right?
Yeah.
Coming to the Packers, your fandom, like how you connect to the team. So many people are stuck. They're just stuck in this idea of this is how we have always covered the team as far as like a media firmament, right?
Yeah.
But Matt, you've tapped into exactly how people want to come to their favorite team. It's like we don't want to do homework. We just want the vibe. You just want to know what's going on with the team. We can form our opinions outside of it. Like, yes, are there people who will read a 5,000 word article about Jordan Love's up and down struggles or triumphs at minicamp? Yeah, of course there are. Or even just like the left tackle competition while David Bakhtiari is rehabbing. Yes, of course that will happen. People are interested. Certain people are interested in that.
Yeah.
Most 99% of fandom is just what's going on with my team. I just want to vibe. I just want to know what's going on with my favorite team. And you and a lot of people on social, TikTok, what have you, have really tapped. Tyler's done a great job of this.
Yes.
Tapping into that. And that's it. That's what people want. They don't just want to have a good time with their favorite team. They don't want homework. They don't want to know, like, what's the cover 3 principle of the safety dropping down when the crosser comes out. Shut up. I don't care. That's what I love.
Well, because like you and I don't know about Corey, but like Nagler, I see you going on the radio a lot. Like I just see you retweeting stuff. You're all over the place. I assume Corey's getting asked me a lot from podcasts. He probably says no, except for this one, because why not? It's awesome.
It's pretty much true. I do have radio shows. I'll be honest with you, Matt. I'm gonna reveal something that about you.
Deep
about
reveal.
You. About you. So you know how this isn't natural for you. You have to you have to come to it. You might get a little nervous before. Dude, when I have to go on the radio, or like if somebody asks me to go on the radio, my immediate reaction is no. Then I forward it to Nagler and I go, should I do this?
This is so true. This is so true.
And then he'll be like, yeah, you should do it. Yeah. And then I'll be like, yeah, I should do it. And then I
so true.
And then I basically go, no, I'm busy.
It's so true. It's so true.
Corey, I
Matt, literally just sit here cheerlead for
Matt
Corey.
will be like, I don't know shit about the Packers. I'm the same way, right? Like, I know a lot about the Packers, right? You know a lot about the Packers, Matt. You know 99%, but there's this 1% that takes like 150% of your time to know. Right?
Yeah.
To be Andy Herman or Aaron Nagler, you have to work 175% harder than everyone else to get 1% of the extra content.
Yeah.
It's not worth it's bandwidth, right? So it's like I come at it and I always say, hey, I just always am like, I'm the fan guy. But then like who the hell wants to talk to that person on the radio? Because like usually there's like 3 guys like that, right?
Yeah,
they're all laughing.
Not that guy.
Yeah, we already have the idiot.
We're already paying him $50 a year.
What are you contributing? So that's the that's the.
Yeah, I've never been asked. Alex Stroke had me on his little. I wouldn't say his little, but his radio station.
Damn, that's cold. That's what you did to me last show too. That's just cold, bro.
That was cold. Doesn't Alex come on your show regularly?
Like all the time.
You're trashing a normal guest, dude. Like, what are you doing over here?
Like I just meant
his little show.
I didn't mean to say it like that. I always said it. No, Alex is one of my favorite people. No.
Oh, hey, wait. I want to say publicly, if you'll notice today in my conversation with Andy Herman, which I know you've all watched, none of you have watched it.
Yeah, I've watched
it. So I watched it, and Andy literally said he was on your show last night, and then I said, yeah, he has Corey and I on tonight, and then there's a cut because I said, oh, Ramage is such a whore. And then I cut it out because I was like, oh, everyone's going to like glom onto that and say I'm such an asshole for saying that. But like, because you're like a Packers whore. You want everybody on your show, which I love. And that's why we come. You're like the honey. We all come to milkshake.
He's like, hey, Behnke, I'd like to get you on the show. Oh, you think Nagler would come on?
No, well, first of all, you want to know how I got this week set up, right? Because
you got an epic week, by the way. We're like hump day, bro.
Crazy.
We're like hump day this week. Now you got Tyler. Like you just killed this week.
Everybody, the week owns.
You know how I got this week? Because I got Peter Bukowski, Andy Herman, all you guys. Tomorrow, Tom Grossi, who I've never.
Tom Grossi, who's that?
Never heard of Tom Grossi.
I've never heard of that. I stumbled.
Does he cover the Packers? I've seen his Bills and AFC East videos. I've seen his predicting the NFC West videos.
I watched his Miami Dolphins fan reaction video.
Yeah, I mean reactions from Saints fans to the 2020 season.
I've seen his.
I haven't seen any Packers videos though.
His 24-hour live stream that never ends.
Yeah, I've just never seen his Packers content. No, that's interesting that you have Tom Grossi on.
Yeah, it's funny.
No,
NFL guy.
How this came to be, because I took a week off and I was like, I'm gonna make a bunch of content this week because my work gets in the way of a lot of stuff. So I was hammered and I was like, I'm gonna start messaging people.
I will say, Matt, I was hammered and I did a bunch of stuff. Is kind of how everything gets done at Cheesehead TV.
Dude, that's how every player I've had on, every like good guest, I message hammered. But I message Behnke first because he actually is one of my favorite people to talk to. Like he's kind of like me, a little bit funnier, but he's got goofier hair and all that.
Yeah, I got a mullet. Fair. According to most people, I have a mullet. So,
yeah, no, but like he's fun. So then I messaged Grossi, and who I've thought to have on a few times, but I was always like a little bit intimidated because like he's really good at what he does. The same way like with Aaron. And it's not because like any following or any of this or that. It's about just like how smart they are. I'm like, I'm not that smart. I don't need to be talking. Like Nagler's smart, but he'll dumb it down for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, stop. You know exactly what you're doing. You play it up, Ramage. We all know. The gig is up, dude. You're too big now. Like, there's no hiding it. You know what the fuck you're doing. Come on now.
All right. No, but like, yeah, dude, it's cool. Like, don't you think so? Like even Tyler, like with the Pack After Dark, like the cool people that they got to talk to, like Nagler, even like the players, even some fans, like Corey, like just like the people, like it's just fun. Like this is fun to me. Like just being able to talk to the people, talk Packers. I don't know. have a few beers. I'm usually drunk for this stuff, so it's.
Tyler, when are we going to get another Packers After Dark? Let's have a Cheesehead TV, staff meeting right now because I will say, Tyler, this is the thing. Like you were all gung ho, and then it happened for a while, and then it didn't. It fell off, and this is what I said to myself internally: like, oh yeah, you're all piss and vinegar right now, young gun, but. You start having to book some guests.
Tyler,
it starts getting hard.
If you just moved to Green Bay, I got your back, bro.
There you go. Hey, we got fans come over to the house. We got Packers After Dark at night.
It's quality over quantity. That's
okay.
Tyler, you and I are on the same page. No, we're on the same page, though. I'm quality. I'm the same way. Nagler is all about volume. I'm all about that quality.
Packers Daily sucks. We know.
No. Like, I know you're kidding, but the quality quantity, like, if I did that, I would never have a show because.
Yeah, but your show's different. We were talking about it before. You're like, it's like the local watering hole where all the Packers people get together and chat with you. You know what I mean? It's the bar, man. We all sit down. We sit at the bar. We have a conversation. Like, there's nothing more authentic.
Wait, so can we talk about some fucking Packer shit? Oh, sorry, dude. Darn it. Shucks darn. Sorry.
You don't get enough of that?
No, my producer's slacking. I think he's taking a nap. No, but
right.
Hey, can you buy this is a Green Bay beer. Can you buy I think you can buy this at Quick Trip down the street, by the way. I'm just gonna put that out.
Boathouse.
What house?
It's Boathouse by Tinter.
Do they serve that at Quick Trip? Corey, you're probably like ruining the whole sponsor.
No, I'm pretty sure you can get this down the street on Lombardi Avenue at Quick Trip.
Probably.
I hope so.
Quick Trip has a lot of beer selection. Anyway,
yeah, they do.
Let's talk about some Packer football, all right?
What? 40 minutes into this? Come on, why start now?
Dude,
no, I'm kidding.
This is fantastic. This is one of my favorite shows I've ever done. So let's talk to Nagler here for a second.
No.
Excuse me.
Yes, of course.
Just a serious football stuff, Nagler. I'm gonna get my best Larry King going.
Larry King?
No,
R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, but I thought it was very interesting because like I was saying earlier, like people on Facebook, a lot of people on Facebook who follow me and follow Cheesehead TV, like they don't follow all the Twitter feeds. They don't follow news. Like a lot of their Packer news is off like whatever channel news they listen to at 10 o'clock at night. So they're not like the real juice.
They're not following in real time.
Yeah,
like there are a bunch of people out there.
Great people,
a ton.
But they're just not like it. You know,
people got to work. People got to do stuff. People got to live their lives. Totally get it. Totally get it. Yep.
So, but like what you said today about Adam Schefter carrying water and all these things, I want to get into that because I thought that was very interesting because even some of it, like I didn't really think about like that because like you're saying, Schefter gets his news like from agents. I don't want to put words in your mouth because I'm a little buzzed up and I forgot what you said exactly.
No. Like, okay. Yeah, Schefter 100% broke this story and okay, it will never be admitted, but yeah, he probably most likely got that from David Dunn, who is Aaron Rodgers' agent. Beside that, Adam Schefter is one of the major mouthpieces for NFL news, whether it's Schefter, whether it's Rappaport, whether it's Peter Schrager, whoever. There are like a handful of guys who are kind of like, if you're an agent, you get your info that you want out there to one of these major players in NFL media. They are information gatherers. That's what Schefter is. And so he is going to kowtow. He is going to carry the water, so to speak, for these super agents, especially a guy like David Dunn, who is Aaron Rodgers' agent. So this whole idea of last night, he says on NFL Live or whatever it was, without Aaron Rodgers, the Packers are they're one of the worst teams in the NFL. Okay, that A is patently absurd. But B, that's Schefter carrying the water for one of his sources. That's Dave Dunn. That is clearly, the line is so clear here. And I don't hate Adam for that. I've seen so many Packers fans out there who are like, oh, Schefter, he's the worst. Like, blah, blah, blah. He's worse than Florio, whatever. No. He's just making a living, dude. Like, this is how he gets the information.
He is making the commodity in his marketplace.
Correct.
He is the commodity. So he has to, every day, he has to make information go in and out of himself in order for him and his organization to make money every day.
Billion%.
The thing that Nagler's saying is we have to understand that. That's the bigger thing, is that all of the people have to learn that. It's like, to me, what gets
fans
old. To me, what gets old is, when are we going to learn as fans? Like, you could look at every Packer transplants for the last 12 years. We say the same. Ready for this? Beep, 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 beep. Crap. Shit. Okay. I missed it. We tried. Tell Quick Trip we tried.
Valiant attempt.
We tried. We put up with the same crap, and we allow it fed to us, and then we eat it like it's steak instead of like, it's not even Culver's. It's not even like cheese curds and butter burgers. It's like, bro, they're handing us Taco Bell at like 2 a.m. and we're not even drunk. You know what I'm saying? And we're putting up with it.
Yep. Correct. Well, I said this today. I said this to someone. I literally talked to someone today with the Packers, and I said, because they were bemoaning like Coward and Florio and all the national stuff, and I said, I like every day, literally every day on Packers Daily, I get people. Did you see what Cowherd said? Did you see what Schefter said? Did you see what ESPN said? Did you see what Fox said? I don't care what they said. I don't care. Come to Matt Ramage. Come to ESPN at your peril. You know what I mean? Like, get with people who are with the team every single day, consuming everything they do, and know what they're talking about. Stop giving credence or paying attention to these national narrative merchants. They are not in the know. They have zero clue what they're talking about. None.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the thing that drives me nuts. It's like, we're so far into this internet experiment, yet so many sheep are like drinking from the old trough. That drives me insane.
See, what drove me insane this week is Colin Cowherd put out a thing, because like, I follow him on Facebook just because I like to troll his page.
Basically. You want to know what's going on,
Well, and you get that sweet engagement. We know
engagement. There it is. See, that's why I said earlier. Matt knows what's up.
That's the other side of it, though. Like,
followers who commented on that stuff than I do on my own posts.
The people that are looking for, when they ask you on Packers Daily, oh, what did you do? What did you see what Cowherd said? Did you see whatever? Like, they're trying to get a reaction out of you.
I know.
Because
more often than not,
that's what goes on the internet.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, when I tweet something on Cheesehead's account about what one of these clowns said, like, it's going to do numbers. It doesn't matter what it is.
Even 1,000,000,000%
reaction.
Correct.
It's going to do numbers.
Correct.
So we can talk about how stupid it is all day long, but the reality is it benefits us as well.
Hey, I haven't shut it down yet, have I? Yeah. Amen.
I definitely, because like I go the opposite way. Like, I'm super positive. So then all like the negative, like I'll be like, yo, if it's Jordan Love, he's probably going to be another Hall of Fame quarterback.
100%. Print the jacket.
Bronco fans are coming at me like, we're going to Aaron Rodgers coming to the Broncos and we're going to win. I'm like, yo, why don't you guys just draft a quarterback? That's what
I know, right? Like, why don't you do it yourself? Like, dude, you versus Broncos fans on Facebook for like the last month has been gorgeous. It's been brilliant. Dude, it's been so good. It's like the best theater in the world. I love it. Broadway still shut down in New York. I don't need Broadway. I just watch Matt. I watch Matt versus Broncos fans. It's theater. Dude, it's total theater.
Fans have came at me pretty hard. Like, they get mad, but like I'm just trolling. But I tell them, like, dude, just draft a quarterback. Like, we drafted.
How hard can it be?
Wow.
We drafted.
That's profound, bro.
The one thing that's wild to me is like people say like, oh, we need a quarterback, and then they'll talk crap about the Packers for drafting Jordan Love. I'm saying Jordan Love's the next Aaron Rodgers or whatever the hell it is.
Here's the next level to all that, though. Here's the next level to everything is that Gutekunst was literally going to draft Drew Lock. Legit. Second round, was going to pull the trigger, and then the Broncos jumped up in front of them and took him. And I know this for a fact, by the way. That's not me guessing. I know this for a fact. He was going to draft Drew Lock. and then the Broncos did them the favor, apparently, of jumping up ahead. So that's why I've always kind of been like, we'll see how Jordan Love is. I don't know about your QB evaluation process, but okay. But this is a fact.
How different would Drew Lock be if he sat behind Aaron Rodgers for a couple of years?
We don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
You know what I mean?
We'll
He's
see.
clearly got talent.
Exactly.
You never know, but
situation is important.
100%.
Going back to Colin Cowherd, I want to make this point.
Matt's been like, okay, you guys.
Matt's like, bro, I'm going to talk about Colin Cowherd, you guys. Come on, Cowherd. I will destroy him.
No, one thing that irritated me about him, he made a post, or he talked about it on his show, and they made a post about it. Is about like, the pulse of the Packer fans are there's this and that. I'm like, dude, you don't know shit about Packer fans. You don't know, like, everyone on this little four square here follows Packer fans, gets a big feel of what abundance of Packer fans feel. Like, obviously it's split, but like for Colin Cowherd to say like he knows what Packer fans are thinking, it irritates me.
What did he say?
I forget.
What did he say that we're thinking?
They're split. He might have been right in what he said, but still, it's the point. It's a point. First of all, you think Colin Cowherd is scrolling Twitter? He probably doesn't even read his own feed. He doesn't know anything. And
like, Matt. If you got to see what Colin Cowherd wakes up to and goes to bed to, and what his day is, it would blow your mind.
Well, I'm sure like he doesn't have time to be scrolling Twitter.
He does nothing yet. He literally goes into a meeting. They talk about the A block, the B block, the C block, the D block. There's 15 people that tell him what he's going to talk about that day. He goes in the thing. We're going to have this graphic. I mean, it's crazy, dude. Like, it's crazy. It's a whole nother level.
You know, that's what I'm saying is like, even like all these guys who like talk about this, like from like Jim Rome to like all these different people who talk sports every day. Like my thing is like, they don't have an idea of a pulse of any fan base.
No.
Like,
okay, I will say this. Wait. Can I just interject real quick?
No, you can.
Because we're talking about Cowherd, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Joy Taylor. Because Joy has to sit across from this dude and like listen to his nonsense, and she is so good, and with it, like she's on top of it. Like she follows stuff, and she knows she does the work in a way that he never will or ever has. She's fantastic.
Colin Cowherd.
So shout out to Joy.
Colin Cowherd is basically. He's Chris Hovel. He's the national media version of Chris Hovel.
That's old school. That's
like,
old school.
Hey, I'm going to listen to you. You've got Harry Sidney on your show. I'm going to listen to what you say. You wrote a book about Favre. Maybe you know what you're talking about. You never go to practice, but you're just going to talk shit about stuff. You never go to practice. And you're just going to expound. You know what I mean?
You showed up one day
like
in the
Matt,
press
at
box
least you're honest.
Wasted.
Like, you're honest. You know what I mean? Chris Hovel would be like, oh, yeah, say stuff. And you'd be like, oh, Chris Hovel said this. And then literally people would tell me, like, Chris Hovel's never been to practice, bro.
I used to listen to him a lot. I used to drive like hour to work. I used to work at 6. He was on the radio at 5. I remember I almost died one time in a snowstorm. Like I slid off into the ditch. I didn't go all the way. So like a cop pushed me out. I ended up going back the other way. I didn't go to work that day. But I remember Chris Hovel was yelling at me about Aaron Rodgers. Like, I don't care right now, bro. I'm
about to die.
No, but like I don't know a lot about Chris Hovel, but I used that back in the day. I used to listen to him and Harry Sidney, and
he was everywhere.
Yeah,
he was omnipresent. That was the thing. He was like the man.
But do you think Chris Hovel had? Do you think at the time Chris Hovel really had the pulse of Packer fans?
No, I don't. I don't think many people did, especially back then. Like as far as right now, like I say, you three follow. Especially Tyler over here who does Cheesehead TV. Like we know. Like what Packer fans are saying, like some Packer fans are, first of all, on Facebook, Packer fans are just a little bit different. A lot of people are watching this on Facebook. So you're cool. I love you guys.
I love how you just insulted Facebook people without insulting Facebook people. Like you're all special. You're all fucking morons, but you're all special.
No, not the ones watching.
I know. Tyler, wait. Wait. I'm taking this over because I gotta ask Tyler a question.
You're the host now.
I know Tyler sees so much stuff that I don't see because I have muted and blocked like most Packer fans who hate Gutekunst or hate or Bears fans who hate me or whatever. So Tyler, I can't imagine like the world you live in as far as the responses to Cheesehead TV tweets about anything. But I love that you lean into quote the haters. That is my favorite thing in the world.
That is my favorite bit of all time. It's the ultimate
It's so
troll.
great.
It's the ultimate troll because anything they say about you, you just double down on it. And
you're the hater.
That. You cannot be canceled. You cannot do anything. It is impossible for them to say anything about you because every time you say something, they're like, yeah, you're right.
You're right. You're a hater.
Yeah, I am paid millions of dollars. I do carry the water. You know what I mean? Like 100%. Absolutely.
I love it so much.
And anyone who doesn't agree with me is a hater and a casual. Done. That's it.
I mean, but the thing is though, 98% of the time, they are a casual.
Yes.
That's why I have no time
or
for them. That's why I thank my lucky stars
yeah.
you're here.
I will say
wait,
that
so
is
teams... wait, so I'm old. Is a casual a fair weather fan?
A casual is just a casual. Like there's haters and casuals. Haters are they're malicious. They come after you. They always want to attack you. A casual is somebody who's no clue what they're talking about. It's just a casual. They're just a casual. Casuals.
But they have the time to like respond to you.
Corey, most people inside the bowl at Lambeau on a Sunday afternoon, they're casuals.
Yeah.
I don't want to call it out, but. You know, there's nobody like 90% of the people you're in the stands with are like, oh yeah, who's that guy? That's David Bakhtiari. Okay, yeah, he's good. That's the casual.
It's an ever evolving definition too.
Wait, you were gonna say the guy? What? There was a guy.
No, that's
what?
Fine. No,
come on, Behnke.
Come on, Behnke. Behnke.
Nah, there was this guy at the NFC Championship
there
game.
It is.
And like he was like behind us, and like he would be like, hey, somebody got like 4 yards to be like, oh, that guy sucks. I'm like, he got 4 yards. Like, how is that? What? And like anything that was like a little bit negative, not even like 4 yard run, right? Which is I see as a positive. He was like, that was negative. He just liked to yell. And finally, I got in my head. I was like, yeah, he just that's what he comes to Packer games.
He's a casual.
That's
a casual.
His thing is.
I don't think casuals is always a bad thing. It's a bad thing when they have like the biggest opinions because there's nothing wrong with like.
That's it because most people who do not follow religiously or know what they're talking about will not voice those opinions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll watch and catch the news or maybe my show if you are.
Exactly.
Welcome.
A lot of casuals. Hi to the casuals.
Nice reset there, Matt.
They're good people. Anyway, so let me ask you about the media, all right? Because I asked this only because Corey Behnke is here, all right? I want to ask you, who is your, like, obviously not talking about Nagler here, because he's obviously the highest priority of media people in the Packers beat writer community.
Obviously.
Look, I made those words connect so well. I'm so pumped. But
well done.
So who is your favorite? Let's say beat writer, someone who's like around all the time. In the Packers world. Who's the? I won't say the best, but like your favorite. Who's awesome?
Me.
Whoever. Corey, go first.
I mean,
Daniels is your favorite.
Corey, go ahead.
My favorite, I'm going to sound like a fanboy, but like, I got to give it up for Wes. I got to give it up for Wes. He's a high school kid. He's a high school Green Bay reporter, made his way from the bottom to the knew what he wanted, went after it. He's now a digital reporter for the Green Bay Packers. You got to give it up. Hometown boy done good.
That's why we made a fan cam of him.
Hell yeah.
I'm a fanboy of Wes. He knows that.
I don't know a lot about him, but yeah, I definitely follow him but yeah, I'm not as knowledgeable.
Matt's not impressed.
Matt's like
who? Nah. You didn't know any of that. I follow him. I think he's good. I just didn't know I didn't know he's from Green Bay and all these things.
Matt's talking about more like Schneidman's.
No.
Whoever. Hey,
he's a beat
reporter. Wes is there every day. Wes is the man.
Yeah. Wes is good. No, I definitely follow him. I see him all over my timeline. No, that's why I'm asking. It's like people who are following, who are listening or watching, they can say, hey, we're going to pinpoint the best.
Here's the thing with Wes, he does a amazing job for a guy who is being paid by the team to cover the team.
Yeah.
Like that's a tough gig.
But
that is an insanely tough gig.
The reason to follow Wes, so you might follow people like Demovsky and Nagler and whoever for like or Pete Doherty for like the stream, right? The stream of content. Wes is always going to find the things you didn't think about.
100%.
The people you didn't know about, the stories like, hey, this kid is from Wisconsin, or this kid did this amazing thing, or this kid's parents, had cancer or whatever. Not even like the feel good story, just about the filling the gaps of like, you didn't know about this human being and you should.
Yeah.
I love that about him.
I like that. I love that. That was very well done, Corey. All right. If I was a teacher and this was a class, I would give you a gold star.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
Oh my God.
Nagler, follow that up.
Oh Lord.
Beat that.
I can't beat it. We obviously have a long storied history with Demovsky. We love him at Cheesehead TV. But I'm gonna go with Spoon. I'm gonna go with Tom Silverstein, because I tell you what, Tom is not a guy who suffers fools. He 1 billion% looks for something to criticize at all times, which, is that impartial? I don't know about that, but the guy will always find something where the Packers can be better. And I love that. I love the idea too, that in this whole Rodgers standoff, he has been very kind of, I think, fair. And I think he's done a great job of saying, okay, here are the different avenues. There's different ways this could break and whatever. But even before that, like just coming up as a beat reporter, and then now they've obviously got him doing a lot more opinion stuff. Tom's seen it all, man. He's been here forever. He knows every nook and cranny of that franchise. And obviously, as the Packers have got more buttoned up, it's probably a lot less inside info is available. At the same time, I think Tom's done a great job, and I'll never forget. And this is why he was forever cemented in my mind as far as like one of the GOATs. Is there was a week where he wrote a column on Mike McCarthy back when I was on the beat. Totally, I mean, 1 billion% ripping the hell out of Mike, like just. And I don't even remember what it was about. It was like whatever decisions he was making, either with the roster, or game plan, or whatever. But he absolutely, completely decimated Mike in this column. And I'll never forget, we were at a meeting early in the week about like who's going to be at the stadium for availability or whatever. And Tom legit said out front, like before anybody said anything, before like the editor said, well, you should be there and you should be here, whatever. Tom stood up and said, like, I just ripped Mike in this column. I should be there all week. I should be there every day in case whatever, there's any blowback, whatever's going on. If Mike wants to talk to me, if the PR group wants to talk to me, I want to be there. I will 100% always cape up for Tom after that, because look, in this day and age of Twitter, where everyone can fire off whatever opinion and say whatever crap they want to say about the team, the GM, the quarterback, the play on the field, the decisions made off the field, whatever, there's so much unaccountability for a guy to stand up who has a platform, who is widely read, and to say, I'm going to take accountability for what I wrote. I love that. So for me, it's always going to be Tom.
Yeah, I actually respect the hell out of that, because like if you're going to write this and say this or that, you should stand up and say, you
should be available. You should be in the locker room. You should be at the press conference. Like, yes, 1,000%.
That job isn't for me, because I couldn't roast someone and then comes, good morning, guys.
Right. I will say, though, I've had guys walk up to me in the locker room and say exactly that. Like the idea of thanks for being here and thanks for making yourself available. The idea that I'm on Twitter. I've had guys block me because I've ripped their play. But at least we've had this human face-to-face interaction of I get what you're doing. And that's where I appreciate it. And that's why I appreciate what Tom does. Tom's amazing in that regard.
No, I respect the hell out of that. So, Tyler, who you got? I know your boss is right above you. All right.
Boss.
We are not the head of an airline, sir. We are not his boss in any way, shape, or form.
I just wanted to say it. I had a plan.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't know.
Who you got?
I don't have a problem with any of them, to be honest. Like, I feel like everybody's chill. The one thing I don't get, and maybe it's a historical thing that I just don't understand the context of, is why is Demoski get so much hate? Like, is it simply because he's with ESPN? Like,
it's the ESPN connection.
I don't get it. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, F the establishment.
Here's the thing.
We're so cool. Like, I just like the dude as a guy, right? His personal Twitter account, whatever.
Loved Rob.
It seems like he's just the nicest, chill dude. He's been there forever.
Because he's a victim of where he works. Because Rob will write this really interesting piece, like really kind of nuanced and looking at everything, all the sides, and then some editor and or social person will put a headline of like, "You saw it play out in Tunyon's the podcast he did with Barstool." Man, Tunyon hates Demovsky. Hates him.
That happened to Spoon.
Thing
too.
he
that
wrote
Spoon
about,
too, by the way, many times. Where Spoon,
like
Spoon
this idea
has
that
an article, and then the headline is this, and the headline is this.
They don't write the headlines.
I didn't write the headline, and I'm like, that's a cop out.
But it's true. They don't like if you actually read the articles.
It's
I know
true.
That's
the patriarchal
heavy ass.
It's true. The patriarchal newspaper structure made me do it. And that's the dumbest shit I ever heard, Nagler. I don't write the headline. We'll write the headline because now you're getting shit for it.
Guess what? That's why I work at Cheesehead TV, so I can write that.
That's right.
I think that's dumb.
That's why I left the beat. Thank you very much.
Because, like,
I'm just saying, hey, wait, let me finish my defense of Demovsky before everyone ripped me apart. Because Rob does the work.
Yeah,
his pinned tweet right now is how people were ripping him about the Rodgers thing, and he's like, "Look, this is the story. I'm going to follow it regardless, whether it's good, whether it's bad. I'm not cheering for one side or the other. Unlike some other people on the beat." Who we could readily mention right now, but we won't.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, because, like, Rob Demovsky, like, I follow him. I don't, like, have a feeling for him anywhere or the other. Like, I don't read that often. I watch podcasts.
That's my point, though, Matt. He doesn't do anything.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying he's bad or good.
Like, this dude just does his job. He puts his head down. He goes to work. You know what I mean?
Because Aaron Rodgers went after him, and all Rodgers sycophants were like, "Ooh, Bob Demovsky."
It's a joke. They were joking around, calling each other Bob and sticking things on people. Like, that's Aaron Rodgers' sense of humor.
Here's the thing, though, is Rob isn't sure if that's a joke or not. Like, legit. We've talked to Rob. It's like, oh, it's funny. He calls you Bob. He's like, yeah, I don't know if that's a term of endearment.
That's the generation.
He might be saying you're a shithead. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing. It'd be one thing if Rodgers ever said, I'm just kidding with you.
All love.
He's never said that.
That's Rodgers
ever once. But this is the guy who's all upset that Gutekunst hasn't communicated.
Yeah, I don't think that. I agree with you, Tyler. That's his
funny
sense of humor.
People only go so far.
Yeah. His sense of humor
is early 2000s bully high school. You know what I mean? Like that's his stick. You know what I mean? He loves to do that kind of like.
I've heard like Crabtree was on my show a few times, and he was saying like Rodgers has a dry sense of humor, and like I googled it, I still don't know what the hell that means. What?
It's The Office. Have you ever seen The Office?
Yeah, I love The Office.
That's his sense of humor.
Right, but Tyler, the thing is though, is that like typically when you have that sense of humor, people are in on the joke. People understand.
Correct.
So like the problem with that sense of humor is that if like The Office, right? So Michael. If Michael Scott isn't self-aware and not in on the joke, you're just making fun of the fool.
You're just being an asshole.
I don't think Rodgers cares. I don't think he.
But that's
you don't think Aaron Rodgers cares? Shocking.
Cares about
really?
Anything. He just does the joke because it's funny to him. It's funny to him and his friends. That's why him and Bach are such good friends. Like those dudes.
Right, but that's a bully joke if you're not in on it.
They don't care. They think it's funny because to them it's not a bully. To them it's like their shtick. You know what I mean?
Right. They don't care.
Right. They don't care about the other human being that's being like.
But it's about people, Tyler. It's about people.
Well, that's the other thing. Funny too. That's hilarious that he says it's about the people.
It's about the people.
Whatever.
People. Only certain people, though. Apparently.
Anyways, Demovsky, I think gets a bad rap. That's my opinion. I don't know enough about him. I've never met the dude in person. I'm sure he's a great guy, but.
No, yeah, I don't know anything about him, but shout out to Nate.
Nate Temple, what's up, Nate?
By the way, Nate, I gotta apologize to Nate. He DM'd me and I haven't DM'd him back. So
come on, Corey.
Jesus,
Behnke. Do you know he's got like 100,000 followers on Instagram?
No.
Dude, he's famous. He's Instagram famous. I don't know why.
Well, it's not because I'm trying to neglect him. I just got a life. I'm sorry.
I want to talk to Nate here. Let's bring this comment back up, Nate. All right. You don't ever share any of your Instagram story. What is up with that? You have like $100. Help me out, bro.
Oh, you clicked the wrong one.
No, that's Nate. Nate Temple. Isn't he the guy with that Pecker page on Instagram?
Yeah, he is. He's Instagram famous. I don't know why he's not doing it on Instagram.
I'm kidding. I jumping on Instagram. I just wanted to throw that out. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming. No, I wanted to ask you guys one more last thing. I asked you your favorite beat writer. Let me ask you one more thing. Your least favorite beat writer, Corey. This is
Let me be last. I
wanted Corey.
Let me be last.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll go first. Give everybody time to think, but it's so obvious, and this is so easy, and it's a kind of a cop out. It's kind of a punt, but it's true, 1,000% true. Every fucking television reporter ever. I don't care who you are. Shout out to Chancellor Johnson. Chancellor, you're doing great work. I love you, but you still work in TV, so get out. Like, there should be separate availabilities. There should be the television availability where they ask the dumbest questions ever in the history of man because they need quotes for whatever 6 o'clock news they got to get their stuff for. And then there should be everybody else, people who actually want the nuance. Even then, there's like, 2 or 3 guys actually, or women actually asking nuanced questions. But for the most part, it's like kick the TV reporters into the sun.
Especially the
oh my God, the worst.
Yeah, the national.
The worst. Yeah, but the national people, at least they have some kind of like overarching narrative that they're trying to fill. Kind of the thing. Like, I get like that. I kind of get like whatever you got, like this $1 billion kind of industry you're trying to feed. I get it. But the local 6 o'clock news can handle not having a quote from Jordan Love going after like 20 minutes of asking or answering the same kind of question. What do you think the biggest difference is from your confidence from last year to the? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! The worst. It's the worst.
Those are the type of questions I ask, like guests that I have on when
you don't know what to ask.
I get
nervous. Don't know what to ask. So you resort to cliched nonsense. Welcome to local television. Matt, you've got the new job at WBAY Sports. Well done.
I can do it. So, Tyler, give me something here, Tyler, because Corey's going to come out swinging. I have nothing because.
Okay.
But
I'll give you two. I'll give you two.
Give me something. Give me. Don't bunt.
I'll give you two. The easy one. I'll give you the easy one first. This is Daniels. The easy one is Daniels and his "Can you live with MBS" baloney. Like, I feel like he's just never like this dude. Like, I don't know him personally. I'm not gonna shit on his personal life or whatever.
You should.
You're gonna take two.
But yeah, I am going to take two because my second one is
one. Tyler.
No. We're going to take two.
Tyler.
So,
Tyler's all in. Tyler's coming out swinging. I love it.
Here we go, Tyler.
I just feel like he never has anything insightful to ask. I'm sorry, buddy. You're probably a nice dude. Your questions suck. The second one, is Mike Clemens, buddy. I love you, but this is not an NPR podcast. He's the nicest guy, I'm sure. But every time he asks a question, he says, so in 1976, when your mother was driving down the street, passing I-43 up north, she passed
my God. That's so bad because it's so good.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love Mike, though. Come on. Give Mike a break. Mike's been doing this forever.
And I'll tell you what, his segments, before I listened to Cheesehead TV, when I was a lot younger, I listened to Cheesehead TV, I was listening to the Bill Michaels show every morning when I first moved to Arizona because I didn't have anybody else that I knew.
You didn't know?
I had nothing. Obviously, I knew you guys on Twitter, but I'm saying I would listen to Bill Michaels. Mike Clemens coming to do a fantastic little piece. He would tell a little story. It would take like 30 minutes. Him and Bill would go back and forth. Great guy. But when he's asking those questions on the live Zoom conferences or even
whoa. Here's my defense of Mike. Here's my defense of Mike Clemens. All right, and pretty much everyone on these Zoom calls, other than anyone who works in TV. You don't ask those questions because you're performing, right? You're trying to elicit a response. You're trying to get sound. You're trying to get a quote. And I understand we live in a different world now where those are very much performative, right?
Yep.
Like, there's zero question that there are very ardent, hardcore, diehard fans who tune in to every availability. I know this because I get tweets almost every single time there's an availability about whatever I asked or whatever I said, and like, oh, you this, that, or the other thing. I get it, man. We're all like so tuned in. Mike comes from a different world. He comes from a different time. Let Mike be Mike. He's great. I love him. He's harmless. It doesn't mean anything.
Nobody asked you to defend. Nobody asked you to defend.
I get it, but I'm going to anyway.
God, mute his mic. Jesus.
I'm sure he's a nice guy.
Oh, Mike does. Oh, Mike.
It's who's the worst beat writer, not hey, yes, Aaron Nagler, defend the beat writers.
And I disagree. And I have a live mic, so I'm going to speak my mind.
It's not the person. I'm separating the art from the artist.
Trust
the art
me.
from the artist. His art is frustrating to listen to as a listener.
I watch Woody Allen's Manhattan every day. I totally get it.
I'm sure I'd like to go have a beer.
That's what I'm asking. I'm not saying like who's the crappiest person who.
No, of course not.
Yeah,
I'm separating the art from
because
the
there's people like Vosky. Everyone loves him. He's not someone who I don't like. He's just someone who I don't read a lot. And
why would you? I get it. Totally get it.
A podcast for that for a reason.
Well, here's the thing: any news anybody breaks is automatically sprayed all over Twitter. Oh, so why would you ever read anybody?
Yeah, I rarely do I read articles. Like, there's a few people who I like, so like I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna support this guy. I'll read his article, and I read it like 3 minutes in. Trash, wasted my life. I should have watched.
Can I ask you something, Matt? It's hilarious. A genuine question, Matt Ramage. You, as a fan, as the person you are, will you ever, and I mean ever, pay for a subscription to a place where you have to read the articles?
No. There's like $1. Like, I think it's The Athletic, who I love. Schneidman. I love this guy. Like, he's been on my show. He's someone who I follow. I think he's informative on what he does. I think he does good at what he does. And actually, like, if I had to say one person who is like one of my favorites, I don't know if I have a favorite, but he's someone who I follow.
Why do I think this is going to be Corey's worst beat writer?
It could be.
I don't know.
I don't have like a best or worst because I'm not smart enough to even know. I just know that Schneidman just pops up on my feed a lot on Twitter, and he gives
Matt.
Information.
Matt's good peeps.
Yeah, so
I don't know about his beat writing ability, but Corey, I'm anxious to hear your answer to this.
I don't know. Okay, let's move on to Corey because that's why I asked. The last 20 minutes was meant for this answer right here. So Corey, who is the vein of your existence when it comes to the Packers beat writing community?
Okay.
You can name like 4.
So here's the answer, okay? Here's the answer. This is my top 3 worst beat writers right now. Top 3. Okay? And why?
He's got 3.
Number 1, Rob Reichel. And he almost doesn't qualify for a beat writer. He writes for Forbes. He writes the worst articles. He will put the damn trolliest ass Aaron Rodgers article on Forbes. Everybody will talk about it for 15 minutes, and it'll annoy the crap out of me for a week.
I've never read a Rodgers.
Number 2.
All right, move on.
He's irrelevant. Never read him.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Corey.
Don't know who it is.
Daniels, 100%. And here's the reason he's not number 1. Because Rob Domofsky DM'd me, and we had this long conversation about it.
Oh, really?
And he was like, bro.
Be nice.
Be nice to him. He doesn't make a lot of money a year.
Oh, no.
Why you got to bring up the man's earnings?
Come on. Information, Corey.
I'm just being honest, okay?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Number 3.
Or number 1 in your hearts.
Number 1? Is it number 1 worst or
the worst?
Okay, everybody tells me he's not the worst, and he's probably one of the nicest guys, but he's the worst for me, okay? So that's why he's number 3.
I know who this is.
My God. If I have to hear Bill Huber ask one more question on an interview, I'm going to kill myself. Guys, if I have to listen, I almost don't listen to press conferences because I don't want to hear. Tell us about. If I hear, tell us about. Or can you talk a little bit about? And everybody says, okay, everybody DMs me on the beat, and they're like, Corey, you give Bill Huber way too much shit. And even Bill, he's like so like nice about it. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm just like, it doesn't make it. They're all like, Corey, he's the icebreaker. You don't understand. He's the icebreaker. He's like, it's like, well, can you put him on the Titanic and make him break some ice there or something? Like, come on.
So I don't even know who these people are that you're really talking to, because I don't read a lot. Like, I know who you're talking about because I listened to some of the press conferences. What do you got going over there, Tyler? What do you got? Alarm going on?
Breaking shit.
Tyler's like starting up some
over.
Tyler's doing a Wilco album over there.
I haven't been on Twitter in 5 minutes. I'm getting jittery.
All right. Well, this is going on for an hour and 20, so I'll wrap it up and let you guys get back to regular lives. But I
got some tweets I've got some damage control after this conversation to handle.
Unreal. Like,
Tyler,
what are you talking about?
By the way,
gold. We're firing pearls
I'm
here.
gonna reach out to you, Tyler. We're gonna help me with my TikTok. I got to pull all my rants.
First of all,
I can't wait.
Yeah, you do that, but I'll show you the TikTok game because I'm a TikTok.
Oh wait. Are you saying you're gonna talk with me?
Oh,
you can duet.
I will.
You can duet. You know what duetting is.
Oh, Tyler.
Right? I'm having.
Oh, you're gonna talk with Tyler, but not me, Matt?
No, I was asking who you're talking to, me or Tyler.
You.
I'm talking to a bunch of boomers right now. Do you
I
know
don't
what duetting is?
Aaron,
Jesus.
Corey,
I got millions of people on the fucking internet giving me crap, and every single day, Tyler. I don't need to come here and take it from you. All right. All right. I get enough of this in my regular life.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you.
I'm dying over here.
Tyler, help Matt. He's going to die.
We will do a TikTok. We'll do a TikTok frenzy. No, but I want to say before we end this, one thing I respect about Corey Behnke so much is that he does not care. He will trash guys. He will see guys that will DM him. That's why I can't trash guys, because they might actually see it and they'll be like, "What's up, bro?" And I'll be like, "I was just kidding." No, but that's really not my thing. Like with players, like my biggest pet peeve is when people trash players and they tag them. Even if I agree,
that's the worst.
That's
the worst.
No, that's terrible.
The worst.
I'm not saying
that's
that.
why I legit almost never, unless like I'm having fun or like making a joke, whatever. But for the most part, if I talk about a player or a coach, I don't tag them because I know some Twitter snitch out there will.
Yeah,
and that's their gig, and that's what they're up to.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing too. Like, I'm not trying to crap on Mike Daniels. Here's my problem with not Mike Daniels. My problem with Mark Daniels, right, is that he's not self-aware enough to realize that he became the news. So then you would see him on other stuff, and he would just be all serious, and it's like, bro, come on, like, just do you see yourself? Like, I see myself. You don't. You know
who
yourself.
You are. Right.
So I'm not trying to crap on the guy because he doesn't make a lot of money or whatever. It's just like, be self-aware. We're in a new moment. We're in a new era. Be in it.
That's the thing. We want things to get better, right? We're making it better for the fan experience, for everybody. Like, that's the whole point of Cheesehead TV and the whole point of Matt Ramage show and all that kind of stuff, is trying to make it better, right? So when I say those things about how it's kind of funny, and I wouldn't even say annoying, but just funny to listen to Mike Clements rant or even Jason Wilde rant for 20 minutes and try to get some emotional therapeutic response out of somebody, it's like, dude, stop. Nobody cares about that. Like, ask a cool question or don't ask anything at all. Like, I don't want to sit here for 20 minutes and listen to you talk about how your dog died and your truck broke down and you're all the kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, dude. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm trying to listen to my favorite team's player talk about something, or the coach talk about what's going on. Like, I don't want to hear an NPR rant or a sad song, country song. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want to hear it, man.
Hey, but I think we've really buried the lead here. Jason Wilde grew his hair out.
Did he really?
Wilde's got long locks.
Ooh, he's got a mullet
hair. Is going
we're mullet
on?
Brothers?
Wilde has Corey Behnke hair.
Wow.
What in the world is going on?
Congratulations.
Dude,
what is up?
My son, who's 18 now, so like 10 years ago, my son was 8 years old. It was his birthday, and I went on Twitter. This is like a different Twitter account that I have now. And I was like, I want to get some players to say happy birthday to my son. I must have tagged him, or someone tagged him for me. He tagged a shit ton of players, and a bunch of players said happy birthday to my son. He thought I was like God. I forget.
Oh, as they would, as he should.
Yeah. and he was like, "Oh my god!" I even got like I forget what player it was, but there's a whole bunch of players, even some non-Packer players. That's happy birthday to him. And he's like, awesome. "Dad, you got that?" I'm like, "Yeah." I remember I was in Shopko. Jason Wilde's tweeting me, "Respond, idiot!" Because they were asking me like, "What's his name?" And I was
Shopko.
We were shopping, and I was like, "Oh."
That's the most Wisconsin thing I've ever heard. I was in Shopko, and Jason Wilde was tweeting me. No Wisconsin phrase has ever been uttered that is more Wisconsin.
Because I didn't know
that's
that
incredible.
To respond. I didn't think it would actually go in there. I was like, "Yeah, I should try to get my son some birthday tweets so I don't have to buy a present."
He's a nice guy.
Anyways,
he was tweeting me about something because I asked him a bunch of questions because he was talking about, Rodgers, and he was being all dramatic about it. So I was like, "Well, what do you mean by that?" And he was being very civil, nice guy.
Wilde was dramatic about Rodgers.
So surprised.
Surely you jest.
The thing with Jason Wilde, because he doesn't know that I exist, but like my one negative for him, because I think I like him. I see him on TV. He's on the radio once in a while. I don't really. Whatever reads.
He's on the radio literally every day. But
yeah,
Wilde and Tosh.
Yeah, Wilde and Tosh. You know what I mean? No, he's good people. He's good at what he does, but he doesn't like the Bears still suck thing. And
he hates it.
We had wars with him back.
In the day. I had. He was like, "That's
wars. Wars back in the day about this.
Yeah, he's very too literal about whatever.
Yes, it's the spirit of the thing. It's like they say, like in journalism, capture the spirit of the thing. The spirit of the thing is the Bears still suck.
Yeah, the Bears.
It's that simple. It's like it's not difficult.
Yeah,
but Jason gets all upset about it.
Yeah, we're not like when I say Bears still suck, I'm not trashing every player that's ever played for the Bears. I'm trashing like their franchise as a whole.
Dude, have you seen their
stating the
obvious. Hold on a second. Did you see this logo for the last 100 years? That thing is trash. Okay, also, I'm just going to say this right now, okay? There is a difference in life in Wisconsin between Northeast Wisconsin and everybody else. Okay? The Bears still suck is a very Northeast Wisconsin, Diupers, Upper Peninsula type of vibe. And there's people in Milwaukee and Madison, they don't got that vibe. And that's fine with me. I'm down with it.
Well, because they're closer to Chicago, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
The Bears still suck. Yeah, they suck.
The Bears still suck, bro.
They could be a dynasty. They would still suck.
Yeah. Correct.
Tyler,
it's 1,000,000% correct.
That's the thing with me. I've been trying to explain Bears still suck for many years. That's what it is. Like, even if they do have the next Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or whatever the hell, it doesn't matter because that's what I'm saying. Like,
hey, without Papa Bear, the Packers don't exist.
Oh, yeah.
That's Papa Bear came to the Packers' aid because we traveled so well and they gave him great gate receipts and they kept the money flowing. So he wanted the Packers to survive. But because of him, the Packers still survived. Despite all of that, Papa Bear, one of our greatest patrons. That's great. I love you.
Respect.
Bears still suck.
Yeah.
That's
not difficult. This is not hard.
Every non-casual Packer fans understand that. Now the Vikings are the worst franchise.
The worst. The absolute worst. Not even close.
Worst thing I've ever seen in my life. They're soulless, historyless, corporate.
The plastic franchise.
Plastic.
They mean nothing.
Disgusting.
They're nothing. They're not even worth bringing up on my show, Tyler. But hey, let me ask you one thing. As we head out of this thing, all right. I know you guys are probably like, I have to pee, or you got.
I do want another beer, so yeah.
I got a tweet.
Yeah. So one last thing. So tomorrow night, I have on Tom Grossi, all right, who I've never talked before. Yeah, we discussed. We don't know who he is, but I really do have to pee, Tyler.
NFL YouTuber. Yes.
Yeah. So he's very good at what he does. All right.
He is.
Correct.
So, give me some advice. What do I need, or like just give some like something I should say to Tom tomorrow because you're friends with him, right?
Has he been practicing Madden?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
So he will not get his ass kicked next time I play him.
I don't know if you know this, but the last time that Tom Grossi was on Packer Transplants, he only had 20,000 YouTube followers.
Yeah, I've never been on Packers Transplant, so we won't talk about that.
Well, But Matt,
look at that guy. That's a quality response there, Ramage. I am so impressed.
If you take
outstanding.
If you take my formula, okay, it sounds like you need to be on it because the man now has like 250,000 YouTube subscribers. So there you go.
Should be. I have 80,000 followers on Facebook.
Literally, we are the bum.
Almost 50 on Instagram. You add them up. TikTok 97. Come on, I'm worth something. No.
All in. All in.
Let me ask you this, Aaron. All right. I've been following Cheesehead TV for a while, forever, since I was there that day. Not really, but I was watching. No, I was never
Windows 90.
It's the greatest setup to a question ever.
No one's ever asked me, hey, do you want to write for Cheesehead? You'd be like, yeah, I don't know how to write, but you could have asked.
Well, sir, generally, not always. I mean, surely you've seen our work over the years. Clearly, being able to write is not a prerequisite, but generally it does help. So if you could point me to your blog, just link me to your written work. I will gladly peruse it and let you know. Like I'll get you in touch with Jersey Al, who handles all the writers at Cheesehead TV, and we'll let you know.
Jersey Al does not play. I'm just gonna.
He is a legend.
All I'm saying.
One of the first people I probably followed on Twitter, and I remember being excited when he followed me back one time. But I remember people used to ask me, "Do you want to write for our blog?" Like not Cheesehead TV, but other ones. And I'm like, "Yo, have you seen me talk? I can't really freaking talk. I can't write." Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. All right, so Corey can go get his beer. I truly appreciate you guys. This was a blast. This was absolutely fun.
This was outstanding. Thanks so much for having us, man.
Corey Bay, Tyler Herrick, all parts of Cheesehead TV, the creators, the social media guy. This could not have been better if I would have done better, which wasn't going to happen.
Matt, we love you, man.
Yeah. All love back.
Nothing but love.
Baby.
Go Pack.
Have a good night. Go Pack, go.